How's the weather been?
Let's get this rocking, Watson.
Well, into the heaviest microphones.
Yeah. These are considerably heavy, these microphones. Well, Neil, we'll start with you since you're very close to me. And Neil, you've got a. I'm angling long term for Graham Norton's slot.
I believe that's how he does it as well. You're next to me, first up. Let's do it.
So, it's an orderly system. Now, Neil, you, as fringe stories go, you've got a fairly celebrated one, which was this time last year. You proposed via a magic trick.
Yeah, that's right. On this
very stage, this man proposed marriage.
Yeah, and now I'm married.
Yeah, otherwise that would be a sad end to the story. And she said yes, and then we killed each other. No, fantastic. And is it true that the clip has been watched by 250 million people?
Yeah, it was supposed to just be. We filmed it just to be a little keepsake, and it's just gone a little bit mad. But do you know,
keepsake, viral stunt. Exactly. One of those Edinburgh keepsakes. Coincidentally, it raised my profile considerably.
I know.
How about that?
Graham Norton's not normally this hostile.
I'm still learning my craft, Nish. It's true, actually. I was on this show once. It was nothing but charming to me. What's the matter with me? Sorry, I'll try and Norton it up. I think that's lovely. To complete your story, it just ended up doing the rounds on the internet, and to 250 million people.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
So what is that? 250 million? Is it?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it is.
That's bloody stupid, mate. That's an awful lot of people. That's more people than... I mean, we'll have more people watching online at this point, I'm sure, than that.
Maybe.
But at the time, 250 million was quite an achievement.
Back then, yeah.
That's like a quarter of the people in India, for example.
Is that right?
Yeah, in fact, maybe it was literally them.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe
it did really well in India.
Everyone in India just lined up and watched it on big screens.
Do you know what the biggest place that they liked it was China.
Was it? Was it really?
Yeah, they had to. But then again, in Shanghai has got 94 million people just in the city. So they've got people.
That's a lot. That's roughly similar to Edinburgh during the festival. And, but at least most of them aren't dressed as clowns or something. Goodness me. You're not really dressed as anything. We
You've
can
really
categorise.
not got this Norton thing down.
No, that's why he gets the big bucks, isn't it? What about you, mate? Proposed to anyone recently?
Absolutely not.
That's what we call a segue in the game.
What about you, mate? You proposed to anyone? No, you haven't. Shut up.
I never said shut up. You're putting words in my mouth. I think I'm a very affable host, but I've got an edge to me. How are you enjoying the 10-minute chat, everyone? It's quite odd as well, because the audience are not even...
Yeah, the audience is sort of off at an angle.
It's almost like we're just chatting amongst ourselves and ignoring them, which is not our intention. Has anyone got a question they'd like to address to Nish or Neil? No, thought as much. At this point in school, the teacher has got one prepared.
I'm all right, Mark. How are you?
Thanks for asking, Nish.
Yeah.
Not too bad. It's been lovely having you on the show.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
I've got no idea how long the chat will go on for, but eventually Richard will start to panic. And because of our comedian's instincts, it will be then that we suddenly find interesting things to talk about. How's your festival been?
So far so good. It was the first couple of days were a little shaky, but we're on solid ground now.
Good to hear. Do you find as you become more accustomed to it, it gets easier? I mean, not the show, but as the years go by, are you more comfortable?
Yeah, I thought that I would, but this is my 11th Fringe, and I would say I found it more difficult each year. Yeah, I really do think
I don't think it's the sort of thing where you necessarily do build up confidence. Is it? Day one always feels like.
Well, and also this year in terms of assembling, my show is a bit about politics in it, and the referendum vote has dropped an absolute, kill a ton of feces all over my original plan for this show.
I think quite a lot of comedians woke up on the 24th of June and thought, oh, I see.
Yeah, in many ways, it is the biggest negative consequence of the Brexit referendum.
It really is, yeah. Will no one think of the real losers, the poor old comedians?
We had previewed shows in good faith that our country would not lose its mind.
Yeah, it makes me grateful I've never had any sort of topical or relevant or interesting material. Brexit barely made a dent on my joke. One extra joke, off we go. It's a sound plan to be a narcissist whose shows are always just about his own personality, because they're never really affected by world events. But apparently there was a large-scale referendum whose results were unpopular with some sections of the comedians' fraternity. Still, that's democracy, eh? It's a problem. There was a big vote recently, and disappointing, but someone had to win. There are some kids here. You can't see this, but there are some youngsters in the audience. And when I say youngsters, their cumulative age is less than mine. Probably not less than, you're not into your 30s yet, are you?
I'm 30.
Are you?
I'll be 31 in a couple of weeks' time.
During the Fringe?
During the Fringe.
Fringe birthday. Ooh, is everyone, I assume everyone's invited.
Everyone's absolutely invited.
Is there a plan?
Yeah, I'm going to go hire the castle.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
Just for
idea,
the
yeah.
night.
Oh, right. So not
Hire the
only is
castle.
everyone invited, but you really need more
We're
people. if anything. Yeah.
really looking for bums on seats for Nish Kumar's birthday party. 26th of August, Edinburgh Castle.
That would
What
be
you
a-
do is you get to the castle and you go in. That's how you get to the castle.
Right, fair enough. You can't. The castle's the big one on the hill, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you'll
the
find
big-
it. You'll find it.
It's the big stone affair. I believe that's what the technical term for it is.
It is. If you Google the castle, you will find the phrase "big stone affair." Yeah, no, they built the absolute hell out of it. You've got to hand it to them. Yeah. What about anyone else got a birthday? There we go. Actually, no. This is interesting. I saw Alex Horne's show a few years ago called Odds. Brilliant show about statistical probabilities. And for some reason, there's a weird stat that the chances of two people in a gathering this size having the same birthday is far higher than you would think. You'd think it would be about 1 in 365, wouldn't you? But for some mathematical quirk means that it very often happens. And he demonstrated it in the show. I didn't follow the maths, but so was it August 26th?
August 26th.
Anyone
Anyone
else
else?
on August 26th? So incredible, it really is.
Every time.
That's one in the eye for Horn's
There
math.
we go. Maybe he was just lying. All right, February the 13th, the day before Valentine's. Anyone? Oh, there we go. No, but hit the post by the sound of it. Anyway, no. How close were we? 15th. The 15th. Uncanny. Right. There we go. Right, we're being told to wrap up the chat, even though I think it's hit a new peak here.
This banter is searing.
Yes. Well, we should mention when your show actually is, Nish, I suppose. Probably part of you hopes for that to happen.
Yeah,
The show
sure.
is called Actions Speak Louder Than Words Unless You Shout the Words Real Loud. Is
Yeah,
that correct?
really stupid title, and I appreciate the seriousness with which you said it.
Yeah, well, I like to try and indulge you. And it's on at 8 o'clock here at the Pleasance, so
Yeah,
it
that's
just
right.
overlaps with mine. So you've got to make a choice at some point. Neil, you're sticking around. You're going to do some magic for us.
Yeah, a bit later on, yeah.
There we go. Well, I hope it's better than my little number trick there. I imagine it. So again, Norton wouldn't do that. He wouldn't say, you're going to be good. He'd say, I'm going to absolutely love that, mate. That's why he gets the big bucks. Right, so thank you very much, Nish Kumar. And we'll see you again shortly, Neil. We're actually going to watch some stand-up comedy now. You may feel that I could have fulfilled that remit, but no, it didn't really work out. So someone's going to do some actual jokes. He is also performing at the Pleasance at 9:30, but he's here for us right now. Please give an enormous welcome to John Hastings.
How are we? Can I take this out of the stand? I'm just going to do it. Okay. Hi, everyone. We good? Awesome. I'm also well. So nice to be here on the internet. Hello, everybody. My name is John. I'm from Canada. Now that I have this platform, I'm just going to quickly address something. Everyone out there watching right now on HuffingtonPost.com, you're all thinking, oh, a Canadian person. Finally, we can have the question answered. Why are Canadians constantly saying, I'm sorry? Well, the reason why we, the Canadians, are constantly saying I'm sorry is because one day you guys left us in the snow with the French next to America, and we don't know what we did to deserve that. So we haven't stopped apologizing ever since. I can see a lot of you looking at me, you're thinking, John, you're so handsome, you must be married. Incorrect, ladies and gentlemen, I am single. And not only that, I don't want to get married. Do you want to know why? Because they say, listen to me, little girl, they will tell you the day you get married is the happiest day of your life. It's a lie. Do you want to know how I know that? Because I had the happiest day of my life yesterday. I saw a man fart so loud it knocked over a child. Seeing my girlfriend walk up the aisle of a church will never make me that happy. Not in a million years. And I also wouldn't get married in a church. I am not Christian. It's inappropriate to get married in a church if you're not Christian. Why am I not Christian? Well, I have a problem with Christianity, brothers and sisters, and my problem is this. They hold meetings to discuss belief, and they hold those meetings 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I believe in nothing at 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I don't even believe in being awake. I can feel a lot of you pulling back. I can hear people tweeting as I speak, going, really, John? Another comedian gets up there in some sort of T-shirt situation and goes after Christianity? Ooh, way to be Johnny Rebel Pants, my friend. Why don't you do that joke about the Muslims? Well, I can't do that joke about the Muslims. They hold their meetings 5:30 Friday afternoon, a completely reasonable time. That is a pro-Muslim joke delivered by Hitler's comedian who looks like Hitler's wet dream. You know what that's called? Progress. That would have gotten a bigger laugh if I hadn't started by just looking at you and going, Hitler's wet dream. That's quite possibly the weirdest thing that's ever been on the internet, and it's the internet. So let me conclude, ladies and gentlemen, because our future is here. 3 children, bright-eyed, so excited, growing up here in future Russia. Let me conclude not with a joke, but a piece of advice for you 3, paragons of virtue. And it's this: live every day like it's your last day on earth. Live every day like it's your last. This is very difficult to get in. Live every day like it's your last day on earth. I do that. I live every day like it's my last day on earth, which is why I get up early every morning and try and cure Ebola. It's a very strange joke. I wrote that joke 3 months ago on a very crowded bus. Shoulders and elbows all in my face, and that joke popped into my brain, and my mouth decided to celebrate by saying Ebola out loud. And then I laughed for 30 seconds by myself. If you want a seat on a crowded bus, that's the way to do it. No one waits for the next stop. They break the windows. They get the heck away from you, and then it's just you and the bus driver laughing. Then you cough, then guess what? You own a bus. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, hi, guys.
Hi, John.
How did I get from there over the magic of television on the internet?
And in fact, it wasn't. It was the magic of just walking like a normal man. But you have got one hell of a long stride there.
I certainly do.
You'll rarely see someone cross a room
Even
quite
though
as fast as that.
I'm all torso and very tiny legs.
Yeah, it's true, actually. There's much more body than leg, isn't there?
It's true. I'm like a conceivable.
Yeah, none of it makes any... If you started from scratch now...
Like, for example, what is this set?
That's just all they had left.
Yeah.
I've got 2 very thin tubes. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That'll
good.
do it.
Yeah. Why are these shape of an X and not a P? Ask no more questions!
X marks the spot or something. We'll work it out later.
He just called my stand-up treasures. Yeah, that's what that deserved.
But yeah, it's quite an experience, isn't it? And even a lot of other festivals, you don't do a whole hour like this.
No, you don't do a whole hour. You don't, bring Mark Watson on stage. He does really well, and then he walks off, leaving the room in chaos, and then you got a bottle of water thrown at you, like happened last Friday.
This happened the other night. John was hosting, and I'm hosting very well.
And Mark went on, and he did a very, very good job. Let's say a little erratic at times, because he left the stage in quite a state. What did you do with the mic stand, Mark?
Oh, that's right. I have a habit of messing about with the mic stand, and I left it. Was it very, very low?
It was very,
very,
very high.
Very high. I'm always messing about with the... so there was a little bit of housekeeping for John to do, but then things spiraled, is fair to say.
Children, sometimes adults have too much, let's call it juice, and they get what your parents would describe as you as a bit uppity, let's say.
This audience member was uppity, to say the
yes,
very
he was
least,
very
I think.
uppity, by the way. And let's say he needed to go to bed, but he didn't want to go to bed. So 2 Glasgow army men
helped him to go to bed.
Helped him go to bed. And may I say, I learned that I'm a wussy because he rushed the stage, and my solution while they grabbed him was just to hold his hand and say, it's not worth it, while he was like, I'm going to punch you in the face. I was like, I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah. Comedians were all brave when you're on stage, and insults flying around, but then the closest we've got is, I don't think it's a good move to punch me. Really.
You'll be hearing from my solicitor, sir!
But that's the other side of Edinburgh. It's easy to think of it as just a sort of arty enclave, but there are still a lot of proper, genuine, hard-as-nails Scottish people here. These 2 people that pinned down the heckler, they weren't hired, they weren't staff or anything.
They weren't security. They were in the front row of the audience.
2 normal Scottish people that were happy to be local thugs.
Yeah, one of them works in a bank.
Yeah.
In Canada, our bank tellers are wafy gentlemen who have interest reports. In Scotland, it's a man who looks like, if it's true you are what you eat, well, then he'd recently eaten 3 muscular men.
Yeah, it was your classic bank by day, SAS by night figure. Yeah. Like a freelance, basically like a security guy, but freelance, presumably going around troubleshooting. If there was any problems in this gig, someone would undoubtedly appear. But so far, it's been pretty smooth. No real sign of any aggression from the audience yet. Even when you yelled Hitler's wet dream at that lady.
If anything, she smiled, which was a weird response, madam. Oh, the audience has turned. Don't worry, we'll win them back with some classic banter.
Yes, here's some classic banter. It's time to bring on another act.
Yeah!
By banter, logistics, basically. This lady, those in the room have already seen her perform before we went on live. She's absolutely brilliant. Will you please give an enormous welcome to the great talents of Jess Robinson?
Goldfinger, he's the man with the Midas touch, a spider's touch. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. At first, when I see you cry, it makes me smile. Yeah, it makes me smile. I'm not a girl. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Not yet a woman. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. Oh, baby, lole, lole, lole. Lole, lole, lole. Can't you see? I'm at your feet. Coming up on the windshield, we have the lovely Catherine Jenkins. Oh, mio bambino caro, mi piace bella. But first, the lovely Cheryl Cole. We've got a fade for this love. We've got a fade. Well, you just wouldn't recognise my voice if I sang. Well, do I love ya, my oh my? Wow, river deep, mountain high, yeah, yeah, yeah. If I lost ya, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby. This suspense is killing me. I can't stand uncertainty. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. Woo! You're right, HuffPost podcast. Jessie Jess! Well, there's something going down like a storm in the sky. Oh, yeah! Excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, my, like pelican fly. I mean, you're so shine, I'm loving your tie. You're like slicker than the guy with a thing on his eye. Excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. You know I really got a thing for American guys. I mean, shy, sickening eyes. I can tell you're in touch with your feminine side. Cause life is a cabaret, old chum. You know it is. And I love a cabaret. Elisha!
Jess Robinson. Jess, come down here.
I want to use your mic.
I think I speak for all comedians when I say it's frustrating when people demonstrate actual talent. We're much more comfortable with people just sort of talking and observing things.
I can talk and observe.
Yeah, but it's too late now. You've shown you can sing as well.
Oh, sorry.
How do you start putting a show together like this?
Mainly just showing off in
Cool.
my bedroom. When I was about six or seven, I would do shows on the fireplace.
On the fireplace?
On the hearth of the fireplace.
It sounds quite a lot like an Edinburgh venue, actually.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, shows on the fireplace.
Yeah, I
Jess
played that
Robinson.
in 2012.
Yeah.
Very hot room.
A bit warm,
It
yeah.
is warm, yeah. But,
So
yeah.
in a way, it's lucky you've gone from that to actually doing it professionally. Otherwise, it would
Yeah.
be kind of, if you were still doing that on the fireplace in your adult life, it would be awkward, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when I don't have a date, I might do that.
Oh, I'm sure it's nice to entertain yourself.
It's lovely, yeah.
I haven't seen the show. Did you do that for the whole time?
No.
'Cause it looked exhausting even doing
I'm a little bit tired, but then I was up till 3 drinking tequila, because that's what you have to do in Edinburgh, right?
Yes, that's right.
Wait a minute. Tequila in Edinburgh? That's like sushi in Canada. They just don't go together.
I can't do whiskey.
Tequila isn't unusual.
All
Edinburgh
right.
tipple, it's true.
Yeah.
Isn't it bad for your throat? Or maybe it's...
Hang on. Children, tequila
Yeah.
is something you should stay away from.
Yeah. It's a little bit like, we'll say, juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I discovered it when I was doing Glastonbury.
You're the one that discovered tequila?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I thought it'd been around for ages.
Yeah. That's like someone inventing the nuclear bomb. That really didn't need to happen.
Yeah, but
I'd like a beverage that would make me forget everything, but make me think everything's a good idea.
Yeah.
It makes me feel powerful.
Does it? Tequila?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't mind a bit of
Not
that.
shots, just sipping it nicely. Sipping it nicely, guys.
Oh,
It's good.
John can't contain his confusion at this point. So,
I'm so
That's like saying she enjoys broccoli.
let's put it into a very sobering perspective for the kids here.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
It's like willingly eating broccoli.
I found a new skill, which is apparently I communicate best with 7-year-olds.
You do. You're
Yep.
good at this.
Time for the John Hastings Kids Show.
Oh, please do that.
I would swear, I definitely. Do you know how I spoke up there for 5 minutes, and all it was just don't say the words. Just don't say the words. You just don't want the mom to look at you and be like, "Thank you. Now I get to explain what that is."
Yeah, we've all had that feeling.
Yeah.
We're now going to watch some magic. Who'd like to see some magic? Of course you would. Here he is, the man who famously and lucratively proposed live on stage. A renowned and excellent magician in all seriousness. Please give a huge welcome to Mr. Neil Henry.
Hello. Looks like you've been at this. How are we all doing? Are we good? Yeah. So for this bit, if we can all just keep quite quiet, you'll see why in a moment. And look this way. I'll show you the kind of magic that I do. It's not the kind of magic I do. I just need to get this from over here. As you've all heard already, on this stage, over there, a year ago I proposed. And what I did is I got some alphabetti spaghetti. You remember this? Alphabetti spaghetti. And I swallowed an entire can of it in seconds. And you guys are going to help. So we'll count down from 10, okay? Starting from now. 10, 9, 8. Slower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. But there's one other thing I've got to eat. Hold on. A little piece of cotton. You're up next. Right. Can you guys give a big round of applause to Mark Watson, please? Do you want to come and join me, Mark? Right, so Mark, if you go and stand in front of your microphone over there, I've got a dictionary here. Okay. It's a pocket one, so there's not all the words, but there'll be most of the words there. Just say stop anywhere you like. Stop. Okay, that's great. So it's T words. Now, look, I know there are going to be people here and at home who are going to think that he's in on this. He is not in on this, okay? But
No, if you'd asked me to plan it, I wouldn't have planned the stage. It's horrible.
Yeah, no, and actually I'm on next, so I'm going to have to clear that up. But just for the people, the skeptics in the room, I want you to do this behind your back so you can't even see what you're doing. So do you write with your right or left?
Left.
Okay, so you'll hold it in your right hand, the book, facing the back of the room, in your right hand. Okay. And take the pen, it's permanent. Careful not to mark your T-shirt. And just anywhere you like, on either one of the pages, just do a little circle. Just so hopefully we'll get one word. Any word. Go.
I don't know how well that went. I tried to do a circle.
Yeah, well, did you? Have a look. If you're nowhere near a word, we'll do it again. Are you near a word?
It is. It's fine.
Is it a circle?
It's a circle round one word.
Okay, cool. Would you like to just read out that word to everyone in the room?
The word is testify.
There was a second. Can we just show the camera? Can you hold that up? Can you zoom in on that so you know that this is...
There it is.
The word... It's not a bad circle.
No,
it's not a joining up. Can we just leave that book just here for now? And I need you to have the mic near you and say, for the people at the back of the room... These are the gags. I'm sorry, John.
You're watching live at the Pleasance.
Here we are. Testify. Oh, dear.
Yeah, what, mate? I'm busy looking the other way.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah, it's a T.
Come on.
E. I do not understand how this is happening. S. I'm both impressed and repulsed. T. I. So if he messes it up now, he's unlucky. F. Why testify?
Testify! I don't know!
Amazing and repulsive. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible and disgusting Neil Henry.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. See ya.
Neil, just let people know where, should they wish to, they can see your show.
That's not in it. That was a bit of fun for this. It's at 4 o'clock every day in this room, which is...
As you say, that's the next thing on in this room.
Yeah.
So you've made something of a rod for your own back in terms
I
of the
know.
stage. Yeah.
So it's at 4 o'clock every day. It's called Mind Wangler. Neil Henry Mind Wangler. It's what they used to call me at school, Wangler. I think that's what they said. But it's in here, in the Pleasance...
Don't worry about that.
in the Pleasance Ace Dome every day at 4. I'd love to see you all there.
And
Cheers.
Jess, your show, you mentioned it on stage
Yeah,
before, I think, but-
mine is Jess Robinson Impressive at the Pleasance Courtyard, 8:30 every night. Come and see it.
And John, we
amazing.
haven't asked your show, have we?
Well, saving the best for last. My show. You guys are laughing with me. Anyway, my show is 9:30 every day at the Pleasance Attic. It's called Integrity. It is great. Little ones, you can't come because I have to swear in that one. And I would cry if you were there. Actually, no, your mom would cry. I can't believe I have to explain what that is now. I'll see you all there at 9:30, except for you three. You'll be probably eating sugar and annoying your parents. So...
That's pretty much it. Is that pretty much it? That is pretty much it. So go and see all these fantastic people's shows. This thing, live at the Pleasance, which was inaugurated today, is back tomorrow and every Wednesday and Thursday at the same time throughout the Fringe. Tomorrow, Lucy Porter will host it, I should think more competently than this, and she'll be joined by Michelle Wolfe, Tez Elias, Ben Hanlon, and Tom Ward. Thank you very much. You can watch me at 9:30. No, 9 o'clock. Anyway, it's fine.